Hello, 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 beautiful, beautiful people out there. It is I, StrawHatLucas, the man, the myth, the legend, back again for another One Piece chapter with my right-hand man, the dude, one of my best friends, Kube of the Red Sea. How we doing, Kube?
What's up, man? Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, so
Peak is back. The first, the first real official chapter of 2026. I know that because of the delay of the end of the year, chapter 1170 came out in 2026, but everyone read it in 2025. It just got a delay.
Yeah.
The break. So.
You're coming a little quiet, Cube.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Is it better now?
Yeah, much better now. I mean, we heard what you said, but it was very, very quiet. No, I agree. Guys, I am on officials only from going forward. So going forward, streams will always happen on Sundays now. I'm on officials only. I have not read any spoilers for this, so please, no spoilers in the comments, of course. I'm very excited to read this. For everyone else, I know spoilers dropped like last week, and then chapter dropped a little bit earlier for them as well. I sadly, like I said, I've been clean, guys. I'm a recovered spoiler addict, and I'm ready to get into chapter 1171 of One Piece. Ragnar, that title alone excites the hell out of me. Also, Zoro with the cat. If that cat's purple when this gets colorized, I'm gonna take it as another sign that Loki's joining the crew. All right, let's dive in. Cube, you ready?
Yeah.
I love the enthusiasm, brother.
No, because sorry, I'm drinking.
No, you're okay. I had a terrible vision, plain as day, of Harold venturing forth from this castle and laying waste to the world until it was nothing but ruins. It's hard to imagine with the way his wounds healed themselves. That there was actually a means to stop. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna full screen this. Ooh, gotta adjust this real quick. That's good. Choice okay if it looks like that for some reason. All right. Does the treasure of Elbaf really have such power? You rule. Ja Rule, baby. Not that I've heard, but it chills my spine to think of what might have happened had Loki not been here. So Ja Rule does remember what happened. Okay. That changes the game a bit. Oh, what else? Okay. Shanks is pulling a dragon with the ellipses. Once I am in the Knights of God, dawn will come to Elbaf. Oof. Speak your desire, and whatever it is, you shall have it. You've been so deprived, my poor son. Ooh, good little flashback of Garling. Those miserable peons are not people. Forget what happened in the lower world. Shanks! Hey, Shanks! No, stop it!
We're gonna find out there's an actual. This is what Roseguard and Homing were saying, and why they have identity chips. There's much more to the Celestial Dragon's loyalty.
Yeah.
It's getting it. I like the fact that they're showing Garling. Think about it, the way they preceded it till then, but he actually looks like he loves Shanks.
Yeah.
The way he is proud of him. So it's kind of weird. It's not the dirtbag of Judge. You know what I mean? Where he has no mask.
Yeah, he has.
So it is very interesting. It is very interesting that they have another side to themselves.
The excitement, yeah, that he has. Well, you've seen the God's Knights do show emotion and excitement. Look how excited Sommers was to try to take out some kids.
But look at.
I'm just saying. No.
But think of how Garling acts, and remember how the first time that we saw Garling with Shamrock and Shanks in the flashback, how he was just showing off his kids to the God's Knights, one who was with the Raja pirates. Like, it is interesting that, you know, there isn't that thing of, oh, you've been soiled, this kind of stuff. It's like, he literally, like, with no problem, seems to have accepted him completely.
Yeah,
that proudness,
exactly.
You know what I mean? There's no awkwardness between both of them.
You survived in that's what it makes me think, is that he's like, oh my God, you survived in the lower world? Of course you did. You're my son, kind of thing. Like this odd Sponge in the chat, oh my goodness, I can't believe you spoiled me. There's words in the chapter? Oh no. This ruins my whole experience. Oh no, I almost dropped my Reese cup.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, no, you're good.
It was something interesting to bring up.
Yeah, of course. Oh, shit. That's your bad habit again. Don't you dare regret your birth. But why did Harold have to die? He was too pure-hearted to deserve that. If only I'd... It's not your fault, and you know it. You still have a role to play, Shanks. I guarantee it. Everyone's life has meaning. Okay, Frankie, pop off. But you have to keep a level head. This is what he gets for loving his country? It's a cruel joke. Oof. Ooh, that's a really good look at Loki's tattoo. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it, chat. Don't worry. Good dad, bad guy. Straight up, Will. Straight up. That was an exceedingly rare ancient giant warrior, given even greater power, and an immortal body. That was nothing short of a monster, and thou sayest it was killed? By whom? What is an Elbath? I can't believe we're getting this much dialogue from Emu still. This is crazy to me. Emu's a whole ass character now. Ooh. We shall have it investigated. Harold's abyss in Elbath remains intact. Enough! It will only be the death of more knights. Performing the covenant inflicts a cost upon Mu as well. Huff, huff. Oh! So Mu can get exasperated. Guys, if it can huff, 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 it can die.
This is why he needs certain people. It's not about an obsession. It's a balance of alchemy. His connection. It really makes me think of that, you know. Even the way he doesn't want to sacrifice people. Like, does he really care about his men that easily? Or more about his power? Makes him weaker. I don't believe he really cares for his gods in it. Sorry.
No. No need to apologize, brother. I agree. Harold chose to debase himself before humankind to connect his country to other lands and peoples. This made him a heretic, as his are a tribe of warriors whose every drop of blood calls out for battle. Carelessly incorporating them into the government will lead to internal collapse. An ancient giant king of Elbath who agrees to the covenant is a gift to Mu, the likes of which shall not be seen again. He was a king that Elbath never should have had. And see what came of it. History does not lie. Our kinds are incompatible. Never forget that Elbath is D. Ooh? Whoa? What the hell, Cube? You told me, he said, listen, chat, clip this right now, because right before stream, Cube said to me, don't worry, this chapter is more of like a setup chapter. There's nothing that big, nothing too huge in it. Really good chapter still, but I just don't want you to get your hopes up or something along those lines. And now, right here, once again, we have a mention of the D.
But dude, that's something we know about Saul with the Giants and Elbath. Well.
I know, but Elbath specifically is D. So I'm thinking the Joy Boy was a giant theory. Could be possible still. I don't see it because of his size comparison to Emmett. But
no, but also what do we know about the D's that Saul said? D doesn't relate to a race. It's a lot of giants have it, but he also met a lot of humans. And then what Odin said, that Wano used to be connected to the rest of the world. It's most likely is that world there was two sides, the Emu side who were a minority, and then the D's. And it could be that people Wano, the people from Alabasta, the Nefertari, Lily, the giants, the original giants of Elbath, were all connected to Joy Boys through the D.
Yeah.
It was their side.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why for me that thing, like, it was good for Emu to admit that, but it's not something that shocked me. Like,
it's the Elbath, the way it's worded. Elbath is the D. So does that mean everyone on Elbath is technically a D clan member?
You know,
we've not heard a full name from a giant besides Jaguar D Soul. What if all giants have the D? We've not heard a full giant name.
It's like my fear. I think there's quite a few women farmers under there who have D in their name. We just never heard their full names. We only heard first names.
Yeah.
If you think about it, other than Boa Hancock, they've never said a known person's name. I think some of them might be D.
Oof. Loki, this news will lead to great unrest in the kingdom. I'm going out to sea, Gramps. I'll take all the surviving guards with me. And what of Harold's wishes? Tell the people of Elbaf exactly what happened here. You know I can't tell them. Listen closely. Don't speak a word of what happened here to anyone. Do you understand who they'll blame for it? How's that any different than usual? Do you really see a future where I become king and carry on my old man's ideals? But there are other ways I can live up to him. I'll take the powers I have and go avenge my dad and his soldiers. Him calling Yarrow Gramps is interesting. I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about it more at the end, but...
For a second, I'll say something.
Now you're talking nonsense, Loki. The world government is a colossal organization. It's a task far beyond anything you can imagine. A disaster. Terrible misfortune. Our castle has been attacked. Your Majesty! So I sailed right off the island. I'm sure that by the time you returned home, Hajrudin, I'd been fully transformed into Loki the Father Slayer in the public's eyes. I certainly did enough to convince them I was capable of it. However, I'm not so far gone that I'd celebrate killing my own dad. I just didn't want everything he did to be undone because of what happened in the end. Or do you still think I should have told the country everything? It's all true, Hajrudin. Dude, look at Hajrudin's face. Oda's facial expressions have been fucking... Ah, there's Luffy for the first time in 8 months. Hey, buddy. Do you get it now? I didn't want to have to dredge this all back up. Now I understand why Chief Yarul argued for your clemency and continued to protect you. In short, Father chose death over the manipulations of the world government. And ever since then, Yeah?
Okay, Lucas, I already said it. Do you have something to say about Jarul?
Yeah, no, what I was going to say is him calling him Gramps is interesting because that means he is definitely a familiar figure in Loki's life.
I was also going to say, I already did it with Will. We said it on VC, but I'm going to say it again. The committee owes Jarul many apologies.
Yeah, I personally would like to apologize because I have thought Yarul was evil.
Everyone's been saying it, don't worry.
Yeah, this
Will
entire time.
Dude,
how many times was I on stream?
The only person who's been
fraud.
covering up.
Yeah, he's the only person. The only one.
Been protecting him since the beginning.
Oh, man. So, yeah, Yarul of Elbaf. My bad, Chief. That's on me. I now understand why Chief Yarul... Yep. For your clemency and continue to protect you. In short, Father chose death over the manipulations of the world government. And ever since then, the government has been Elbaf's enemy. How did they manipulate him like that? As a matter of fact, these newly arrived Holy Knights of God played a pivotal role in Harold's story. But Loki still doesn't know exactly what happened to Harold in the Holy Land. If you need more details, I can explain. That won't be necessary for now, Mr. Ya. I don't need a reason to protect my homeland. Oh, Hajrudin, my fucking boy. Oh, we love Hajrudin in this house. Clank. Hajrudin freezes, brother. It wasn't Luffy. I for sure thought Luffy would be the one. If we see eye to eye about anything, Loki, it's love for our father. Allow me to apologize for that, if nothing else. Now fight with me, for Elbaf's sake. Yeah, way to go, Loki. Now you can fight. Hold up. I should have put it on my fucking bingo card and I didn't. I have been saying for the past, 3 months that if Luffy listened to someone's story, soon, it would be Loki's. And I was fucking right. I was 100% right. Holy shit.
No bingo, no proof that you actually said it.
That several times on stream. I'm pretty sure
No,
last stream we talked about it.
I'm messing
Yeah,
I'm messing with you. Don't take that personally.
I did take that personally. Hey, I'm gonna say it. I think Loki's gonna be Nakama, man.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about it afterwards, but I'll give you my points on why I think this chapter proved that it isn't the case.
That what? You're real quiet again.
I said I'll let you finish the chapter, and then I'll give you my case on why I think it's not the case with this chapter.
Yay, way to go, Loki. Now you can fight. Oh, something fell down. Oh, it's the Draugr. Oh, yow! That's it. That's what's raging up above. There's a whole bunch of them. Where did it come from? Is that a Draugr? But those aren't real. Sounds like the perfect warm-up. You go on ahead. I can fly up. What is that thing? What's going on up there? Make it snappy, Hyzerden. Hey, Loki. We used to think you were a real bastard who killed his own father. Sorry about that. Oh, new giant warrior. Okay. Now I'm kind of changing my stance about Loki. Hold on. But only for this one thing. All of your many other crimes still count. Just shut up and go. No one asked you to say all of this. Oh, dude, classic fucking One Piece. Oh, this is amazing. I can move again. I'm free. Yeah. Hey, ship doctor. I appreciate your help here, but I'm concerned about my son. Oh, right, sure. Nice and gentle, Sanji. Yeah, I know. Weren't you going to stay here? Ooh, Chopper's going too, dude. Let's go. What are you doing up here? I want to see how you fight. All right, then. Show off your power. Ragnir! Nibelheim. Ah. First named Loki attack. Let's go. To be continued.
So fun fact, and when they translate in Japanese, TTV one with the other the way to write it. Niflheim. It could be either. So in the unofficials, everyone put Niflheim, but for some reason they chose Niflheim. So that's the reason why he chose that thing. But yeah. So yeah,
that's a pretty good chapter.
This is
actually.
the chapter. Yeah, a good chapter to come back before another break.
I know, I'm so fucking pissed. Dude, I had to wait so long for any One Piece information. Basically 18 days. Yeah, so not happy. Not happy that I had to wait that long and now I have to wait another week. But that said, let's be real. Oda always does this at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year before. You know what I mean?
It's not even that. It's the season. It's the season.
Exactly.
In most manga cut because of all the breaks there is. In 1 month we have Golden Week coming up.
Oh yeah.
It's the spirit time of the year. It's the time of the year, you know. Until March, you know very well that we're gonna get a lot of impromptu breaks. Because Oda has like always set breaks. It's what 2-3 chapters and a break.
Yeah.
The problem is that they're all gonna be delayed because of all the we've got like 1 magazine break and then 2 like Golden Week, another Japanese holiday as well.
Yeah, but don't we usually get some good information from Oda during Golden Week? Doesn't he usually do something?
Yeah, he gives us some lore stuff. Yeah, just the time when he can give some stuff. Yeah, because you know we don't receive anything that week yet. So I won't lie. After reading this chapter and obviously with the flashback and everything, it's the same thing I had with Bonnie, right? Where I now think 100% him and Howard did will be leading the Grand Fleet. I just think, you know, because of the speech he made, because you never have that specific thing he says about him not being worthy of the people of Elbaf and his father, what his father trusted and everything. And so this kind of makes it something I talk about Bonnie, which I do think that she is going to be one of the very close ally to Luffy, similar to Vivi, so you could say Straw Hat-esque, but would not be like, you know, a Straw Hat pirate from now, like Brook. He joins them completely, or Jinbei. You know, it's finished with their past, etc.
Well,
it does feel like, and especially like, it does feel like this will finally also resolve the curse of Elbaf the red and blue ogre always being rivals, never fighting side by side.
Well, listen,
even during Brog, if you think about it. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, because if you remember, you and I think it was 2 streams ago, maybe 3, we had talked about how if Loki, quote unquote, joined the crew in any capacity, it would be as part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, and that him and Hydruden would be the dual kings of Elbaf. Like, they would rule the country together. And I think we're right. Especially with the Giant Warrior Pirates in the second to last pages.
It was all
apologizing to him. Yeah, that changed.
Yeah,
As soon as I read that, I mean, I was like, hey, maybe not. But definitely Grand Fleet. I think the Dual Kings of Elbaf, it mimics, what was the other ones? Yarul and Yarol, or whatever the hell Jarul's brother's name was.
Jorul.
Ludicrous. No. Yeah, Joe Rule. Yorul and Yarul. That's what it was.
No. It's Jorul, also known as 50 Berries.
Yeah, 50 Berries, yeah.
But yeah, so
sometimes called Chopper's
look
Bounty.
at this, because he does it all the time. He did it with Frankie. The moment we get more about Frankie, it's immediately interaction with the Straw's reaction to it. It's a chapter of Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro, who's there in this chapter.
Yeah,
they're just looking into it. The discussion is just between the Scopper with what's called Scopper with Loki, Jarul, Hydruden, and the rest of the new Giant Warrior Pirates. The Straws are just there, to witness.
Yeah.
I really think it's going to be about, Loki being... it's going to be something that Usopp never got about his, from where he's from. An exaggeration in a way by the people. And, hoping for the best for him,
Yeah.
And then him most likely leaving at one point with a fleet with the Straw Hats, doing something. Makes sense.
No, I have to agree. I have to agree entirely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you still think... Sorry, I'm eating a Reese cup. I can't resist, guys. I'm so sorry, chat. Do you think that we're still going to get something good from Usopp this arc?
So this is my thing, and I was think because I recently came to that conclusion, which I think this is going to be the one, at the same time, the one criticism Oda has, etc., is that it's something that I even criticized on how he did it. With Sanji Hoki, it was okay, but how he did Wano, right? Yeah. Egghead made sense because of what was happening. He needs to find a way to start actually showing progression. Because in Egghead, you see the Straw Hats blocking Saturn, right? So you see a certain level to deal with an Elder altogether. So they do have a certain level, but he needs to do something that he used to do pre-time skip. Like, if you think
Give
about
them
it,
characteristics,
from Orange Town to what? Yeah, I'm gonna say Sabaody. Even to Sabaody, they all have an actual real fight, a real challenge, obstacles.
Yeah.
It is true that I think about it. Dressrosa was the only arc with time skip in Fishman Island where that was really the case. Then the rest is more like chaos. Yeah.
In Wano, they all had fights.
It's a bit different because think of how Wano was. It's similar to what the issues.
I think
it was a lot.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah?
Go ahead. Sorry. No, I had another topic. I'll hold on to it. You go.
Yeah. Yeah. So the reason why I say that is yes. Okay. So you had Robin with Black Maria, right? You had Jinbei with Who's Who. Jinbei was a good fight, right? If you look at all the other ones, you never had that obstacle moment with some of the Straw Hats that they had. The big moments.
Frankie with who was he with Page 1?
No, it was Sakaki or whatever his name, the drinker guy.
Yeah, the drinker guy.
Yeah,
and then...
like the Sazaki or what? Yeah, whatever. That's something like. But the big emphasis moments was of Kid and Law. Those kind of stuff. He needs to find a way to re-put the Straw Hats back at the center. Like, yes, they're having their fights, but the stuff that they're dealing with at the same time is actually having, is coring with us. It does feel, now I realize, it does feel like it's almost feels like sometimes the Straw Hats, some of those fights are like the side characters came to help.
Yeah.
It is true that they're supposed to be side by side with Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. So I do feel like, I don't know with the Usopp thing, I think I hope this will be the fight where the Straws will actually be having fights. Because I also would understand that since, in Fisherman Island, he realized his mistake. He didn't do enough lore dump. and he focused too much on the Straw Hats. But I think this could be the arc where now we're gonna get the fights. Everyone's gonna deal with something, and we're actually not just gonna see the fights. We're gonna feel the fights, you know, and feel the progression. Because it's true, like, I'm sorry, like Frankie, sure he dealt with Big Mom, those kind of stuff, but the real moment where you actually felt for Frankie, and you could say every progression he made is just his fighting against Senior Pink and Dressrosa.
Yeah.
That was for me, yeah. So I do think that
hold on. I will argue though that Frankie had a really big moment in Wano, specifically when he was dealing with Big Mom, like when he ran her over, because that is the first time we heard Frankie say, "Our captain's gonna be king of the pirates. Why should we be afraid of a tiny Yonko?" You know what I mean?
But the problem is that how long it lasted. It was a good moment, but it was not deep enough. You know, it was like almost like one and done. Think of the Senior Pink thing. It was a back-to-back fight, you know, where they did stay for at least 1 or 2 chapters on it, where we got a flashback for Senior Pink.
The Senior Pink fight is one of the best fucking fights in One Piece.
Exactly.
And Frankie deserves more time to shine because, one, he's a great character.
Yeah, it's not enough.
You know I love Frankie.
Yeah.
And he's a good fight. Like, his fights are entertaining because you never know what he's going to pull out. He's an artificer, you know what I mean? Like, he will make anything, like, and bring it out in combat. That's like one of the reasons I fell in love with him is like on the sea train, you know, when he goes into Frankie Centaur, like give me a Frankie Centaur, but he actually did it right this time. You know what I mean? But I will say, this is the point I wanted to bring up at the beginning of this conversation is I think Wano was really Oda trying to test out some things for how to handle the final war and how to juggle all of the Straw Hat characters during the final war. So just like with Fishman Island, and just like with like Dressrosa being his first very long arc, I think he did a lot of things that he tested that some people enjoyed, but others didn't as much. And it'll really just come together perfectly because Oda is a very, very good writer, phenomenal writer. And I think that he will learn from those mistakes entirely. To pull us back into the chapter, Loki saying he can fly is definitely interesting. I'm thinking dragon now, but I still have not given up the take that he could potentially be Uranus, especially with his ties to Shirahoshi and us knowing so little of Uranus. And then also Emu this chapter, for some reason, when they said, oh, but what's an Elbaf? What the hell is an Elbaf? That makes me think.
It's a bird.
A
Just
bird?
like Kaido, his tattoos has bird for some, you know, like a bird feathers. Because like Kaido had dragon scale tattoo.
Yeah, that's you know that I had the exact same take, man, when we first met Loki. Is that like I think that a giant bird. I think a rock is what Will had said. I think me, you, and Will had all kicked around a rock or some other type of like cryptid large bird like that. Like the Thunderbird or something like that from Native American mythology. So I definitely think that's still a strong possibility as well. That's why I actually wanted to go back to that. Thank you. I wanted to go look at yes, I saw the giant chicken thing. That was interesting.
Yeah. Bushido, I don't know if you saw the Bushido take about the rooster. I forgot what the lore was.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. The giant chicken thing. I saw that.
Yeah. The rooster, I find it very interesting because the only like rooster-like ability we've had is someone from Big Mom's crew.
Yeah, Baron Tamago.
Yeah. Baron Tamago.
Baron Tamago, Viscount, whatever the fuck his other names are, like Minatori, like it's like 8 fucking names.
It did make me think. I like this because I've said this. Because I'm saying the sun god, it would be something like Luffy that connects to the dawn. The fact that the rooster in France is known as the one who brings on the dawn. Because the rooster, not barks, but sings, roosts. It roosts at the dawn when the sunrise.
Yeah.
The sunrise. So I do like this idea because he did go around at the beginning saying, "I'm the sun god. I'm the sun god." It has to be something that refers to the dawn. This concept of the dawn in the world of One Piece. So I do like the idea of a rooster.
Yeah.
And I am all for someone having a mythical Zoan who is not like a demonic, powerful one. It would be good to have like the same concept of Luffy's fruit or Karakuri do Flamingo,
Yeah.
That they're powerful fruits, but they don't look powerful. Okay, I love Yamato's fruit and Kaido's fruit, but they're powerhouse fruit, you know what I mean? It would be cool to see a fruit that looks like the Luffy effect,
Goofy
you
as
know?
fuck.
But if
Yeah, I needed
yeah,
to
like
look
it
as
looks like a
goofy
rooster.
as possible.
Yeah, look, it's a rooster, and then you say, "Oh, dude, what the fuck? What kind of rooster?" And the fact that Ragnar is a squirrel, I do like the idea of, you know, it's gonna be an animal that, you know, has some sort of like, we're gonna know there's gonna be a fable about the squirrel, like it'd be one of those fables, you know, like the frog and the scorpion. Maybe there's something with the squirrel of another animal, and it could be
Yeah.
that, you know, that one. So I do like the idea that it's a bird.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
like
bird,
I said,
it's a plane. No, it's Loki. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm definitely that was goofy. I definitely think that like there's a lot of merit to it. Like I said, I had that take for a while. I'm gonna look at the last chapter. I just had a thought. I'm gonna double check something.
I might be getting my W.
Like I really do think it's like I said, either just because of like the amount of like purple dragons that match the hair color of Loki we've seen in cover stories, like dragon could be a very good possibility, but like a winged dragon like we saw in Punk Hazard. A second possibility, but I think the most prevalent one is definitely bird. But then I also thought of what was it? Just a zone that shapeshifts. I brought this up in one of my quick thought videos on a chapter, but like I think a zone that can change into any animal would be super fucking interesting.
Yeah.
And of course he could fly if he could change into any animal, you know what I mean? I was trying to see if he had his tattoos before, and positively he definitely did, before he ate the devil fruit.
And I won't lie to you, the reason why also I do hope that it's something else than the dragon is Oda is very creative. I won't lie to you. Those back-to-back dragon thing is cool, but I think the dragon is gonna be overused. Like we had 4 years to deal with Kaido, who is an actual dragon, you know?
Yeah.
It would be good that it is a wing type creature, but he doesn't need to go back to always dragon. You know, it's not Yu-Gi-Oh! Not, we don't need the blue eyes white dragon every 2 seconds. I was right about
I
something.
agree with that. What's that?
So there's 2 things I want to bring up. Remember how I have that big agenda of, it's just like when Roger told about his dream, it got this, not off screen, but the sound was removed. We couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Same thing of Luffy's dream, right? But when they did the same thing when Roger disbanded the crew.
Yes.
Which I told you, Roger and the Roger Pirates came up with a plan, which one of them was Shanks had to join the Holy Knights. And the whole point of maybe Roger knowing so much about Shanks, whatever he saw in Laugh Tale, made him convinced to tell Shanks, you're not the one, and this story is not meant for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The discussion proves to
you
that
ain't
point.
him, bro.
To think that's yeah. So he said that I keep telling you, stop regretting your lineage. You know, there's a place for you in this world.
Yeah.
And then saying that you have a role to play. And then he tells to the other Straw Hats later on, like, deal with this. Some of the details of what Haru was actually dealing with, I'll tell you more about it. Which I told you, I think that it'll be just like Sabaody, where after a big conflict moment with the Celestial Dragons, afterwards Rady meets with them and they start talking. You know, and then, but instead of them, they ask 20 questions, he's answering none of them.
Yeah.
And I said the inversion would be Scopper will give them an answer to something they're supposed to know. They're not asking a question, and he's going to talk about it. I think we're going to that. Like I'm telling you, this discussion proves to me that the Roger Pirates, whatever Shank's been doing it, he's been doing it because of the Roger Pirates plan.
I 100% agree, just because of the way that Scopper was like, you know, there's still something you got to do, or whatever he said. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Yep.
I also want to shout out Will in the chat real fast, because you said Quetzalcoatl. I think Quetzalcoatl would be a fucking insane devil fruit for Loki, and it would kind of fit with the thematic presence of Loki. Very, very fun.
Ghost Train is saying that as well. He's been telling me like.
Yeah, he's been saying that for fucking months. Yeah, man.
yeah. So Will is spitting on that. And for people who doubt Ghost Train, the Ghost Train literally like.
Yeah, Ghost Train of Thought is one of the best One Piece theorists out there, my man.
Remember what he said with Mars's yokai form? He literally called Mars's yokai form with the 100%. Right Gorosei. He didn't say one of them would have that the bird Itsumade. He said that Mars will have the Itsumade and explain the reasons why. And that was like 6 months before we got the result. So
yeah,
gotta trust him when he works on. We talked about
My
those
man
stuff.
was. I remember cooking with him on the yokai shit, and like, we both had so many different yokai fucking ideas. Like, we thought Dragon was gonna have yokai powers and stuff, which I mean, still could be. Probably not, but still could be. But yeah, that yokai stuff was crazy. I miss with yokai piece sometimes. So I do want to get into final thoughts and rating of the chapter, but then I have something else I wanted to bombard you with and talk to you about. So first up, Cube, final thoughts on the chapter and rating.
I think it's a good chapter to come back into. I'm still a bit upset that Oda still blue balled us and we can't really see the Delphi that Loki is using.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, it's a good chapter. I'll be honest, like in terms of information, that's why I told you it's a good chapter, but don't expect it stopping every section because it's it's good to hear certain stuff like Elbaf is D, but it's not something that just take us completely by surprise, So compared to, let's be honest, the whole flashback compared to anything with most of we've been getting the flashback, like this is also we've been expecting. It's just nice to have them, being said out loud, So
yeah, of course.
Yes, so because of that, it might be one of my lowest rates because I think that I have to compare to everything we've got until now. And for me, it's a 6.5. Not because it's a bad chapter. I think it's a really good chapter. You know what? I'll bump it to 7.
No, my rating is also a 6.5. I think we got some good stuff. The Elbaf is the D. Like, it hits me a little different. You know what I mean? I think that it could imply that most of the giants have D in their name. We just haven't, not hearing except for one giant's full name, just haven't noticed it yet. You know what I mean? Other than that, though, like the Shank stuff was pretty cool. Luffy listening to the flashback was a huge dub for me just because that was just a fucking troll tick I kept saying. Was like, this is gonna be it. This will be the flashback.
Character development.
Yeah, character development, bro. Luffy listened. Well, I mean, he is a Yonko now. Like, he does take it. We've seen lately, since Egghead, he's taking himself way more serious and realizing, like, what his standing in the world is now. Because, like Zoro said to him, you're an emperor. We're an emperor's crew now. So I do love that. I love that Luffy is growing as a character. The Ya Rule stuff is really cool. Like I said, there's definitely some kind of familiar ties. Once again, I'm so sorry, Ya Rule, that I called you a fraud in that you were a villain. I truly thought you were. You were acting kind of shady, and you weren't calling me baby. Why the sudden change? Anyway, yeah, 6.5 for me. It's an average chapter. You know what I mean? A lot of setup and stuff. I think, like you said, it's kind of shitty that we keep getting blue balled and it's still silhouette piece all fucking over again. Like, we're in the late game now. Oda, it's time to start dropping that shit. Like, obviously I want him to do it at the pace that he's going to do. Oda has not failed me yet when it comes to, exceeding my expectations of what to expect. But yeah, it's a solid chapter, like a 6.5, like I said. There are some things that I could consider bumping it up to a 7, but on the scale that I've presented for a One Piece chapter, definitely. Little bit of spicy information, as I said in my review there, my little final thoughts thing, but I think a solid 6.5 is reasonable for this one. Once again, still completely flabbergasted at how much Emu is talking right now. Like, that is insane. And the fact that they speak in the royal we also is just, it goes to show how smug they actually are.
Yeah, there's something also that I'm really convinced on. My theory, a theory that I spit on. And I mean, you jumped in, but it was something I've been saying forever. Is that, Jinbei can give blood to Luffy because originally humans and fishmen derived from humans. They were changed somehow, which now I think is reversing. Think about this, right? It's been 800 years, right?
Yeah.
Look at how shocked he is about what happened with Harold. Like, it's inconceivable that someone who has giants and ancient Oni DNA will not act on his impulse on this thing. Like,
Yeah.
Even though I even give grace in this kind of stuff, this makes me think of it could be that most of the races look very much human and they were terraformed, pseudo versus of other means by evil. See, and the way Emu was talking about it. Because why being that shocked after having a reign for 800 years? We have met other giants like him, so there must be a thing where Joy Boy is the only one, or Nika, the Nika is the only one who could, in his eyes, has always freed that. Like, that's what really shocked him, is that he's able to do that by himself without Nika, without Joy Boy. You know what I mean? The way he's reacting is weird.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think though, if anything, if I'm being honest, if there's any tie between lineage of fishmen and humans, which I mean, good evidence that there is, considering they share blood type and everything. We don't know if any other races, like we don't know if Tantadas could do that with humans. I would assume so because they can mate with humans. Same with giants. But I really think it's the other way around. I think humans came from fishmen, if they came from anything. They probably a mix of races. Maybe humans in actuality are like genetic mutts, you know what I mean? At least in terms of the One Piece world, they're kind of a mix of everything, and that's what made them. And Emu didn't like the fact that all these races that they saw as lesser were actually their progenitors, their forefathers. So that could explain their hatred for them.
My problem with that is, why is every race have one base human? Like the human base is in everything. That's why I'm the other way around.
What do you mean?
Like there isn't like Lunarians are just winged people, right? Fishmen are human people. Minks are animal people. Yeah. Giants are just giant version of people. Onis are like the demonic version of human who are giants.
Yeah, but we know for a fact
there's always that human component, which makes you think it had to start by human.
But we know for a fact that minks had to have existed before humans, because they said that when minks first saw humans, they thought they were hairless monkey minks.
Remember the whole thing about the Void Century and the Dressrosa, birth part of the Dressrosa, because of how Sugar's power works. For them, boys were normal things.
Yeah,
because of it. It could be because Void Century affected it. Like it could be like back then. I'm not saying that they were all humans. It could be that giants.
Hold up.
Humans. Yeah.
Maybe they could have all been humans. Because think about it like this: what if all these other races and stuff we see, which this would be kind of a shitty direction to take it with how expansive the world is, but like they could potentially be the result of testing devil fruits, specifically zone types or Paramecius, also, or you know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen any elemental human type beings out there, but who knows?
Like I said, but with how the Void Century works, it could be that I'm not saying they're all human. It could have been like it was giants, humans, giants, and sky people, right? With the long-lived tribes and the sword-eyed tribes, because those are the most human versions of them. The other ones are really terraformed, right? And after the Void Century, seeing fishmen, seeing minks, was like I said. The whole thing was Zunisha. I think Zunisha was never a giant elephant. It's just he was turned that way. That's why I only talk to Voice of All Things. The comment of Zunisha being the last of his kind is being a member of Joy Boy's crew. It's the allegiance, not who he is.
Not
it
who
could be
he
the
is.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just but it's like with Dressrosa, after the Void Century happened, for some people it's just a normal thing. It's always been that. They don't realize it. That they chase certain people. Yeah, that's why I think because of how it is, I think the sword-eyed tribes, the long-limbed tribes, long-limbed tribes, you know, so arms and legs, right? The arms and legs, right? Humans with the sky people, I think they could be the factor because of how they're.
Oh, hold on. You broke out again. You broke out with the sky people.
I said I think they. Yeah, I said they could be the factor original, like different ethnicities, races.
Yeah.
In the day. Then,
I mean,
certain humans that were turned into fishmen, which makes sense. Then you have the giants who were turned into onis, you know?
Yeah.
Some fishmen could have been turned into maybe sea kings even, or the reason why mermaids exist as well. But, you know, like I said, there's always like this thing. Minks could also be. Because also, if you think about it, with some of them, a lot of the ones I'm talking about who could have been Domi reverse seed, they have a factor like a good side to themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Giants and onis, mermaids and fishmen. So it could be that those ones, like the mermaids, were the ones that were there back in the day.
Yeah, it could be. Always existed. Yeah.
The fact that Shiroshi is also a mermaid, so it makes me think of they could have been the fact of original fish people, the mermaids.
If he in the post game, like in the epilogue of One Piece, has Shirahoshi and Loki get married, I'm gonna be a little creeped out. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway,
I mean, dude, I'll say this. Like, I said, listen. If you're gonna get creeped out, I mean, you should get creeped out. It's just still a weird age difference. But I'll be honest with you. What's called? I know they're not that age. No, forget that. The age difference is that. I mean, in a way, yes. The biggest age difference, which is you should be creeped out, is Toki and Odin.
Or Scopper and fucking Ripley.
No, Scopper and Ripley. Think about it. Ripley's in her 80s.
She's in her 80s.
He's 70. So
He's
it's actually like a normal
woman.
age difference.
Yeah.
He's gonna die much younger than her. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But
100%.
no, Toki. And then people say, well, Toki is from 800 years ago. So logically, she's an 800-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an 800-year-old woman, even though she didn't live 800 years. But yeah.
Yeah. So before we jump off stream, I wanted to ask you your thoughts on something. Did you watch the latest trailer for the One Piece live action?
Yep.
What are you thinking?
So I'm liking everything except it wasn't really clear, but the CGI for the Dao fruits, especially Mr. Street's Dao fruit, I want to see more of it because not saying it did not look good, but the way it came out of his hand, it did look a bit,
It looks
Let's just
glossy.
say that, yeah. So that's the only thing where, and it's so like, think about it. They never showed us how Smoker's food works as well. We quickly saw Chopper, where Chopper makes sense because it's normal CGI, but we haven't seen like the constant effect thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm very curious about it. Because let's be honest, Miss Valentine and Mr. Five's Dao Fruit are very easy to do in live action.
Yeah, everyone's easy to do except for Logia's and whatever Mr. 3 is. Like Paramecia, obviously, but like
the Paramecia,
you know what I mean. I think other than that though, it all looks really fucking good. I think that I was very on the fence of Lyra Bova because for some reason they weren't showing us any footage of her talking, but we'd gotten all this shit about Chopper and stuff like that, which I know they're trying not to spoil live action fans that she's the next Straw Hat. You know what I mean? I don't know why my camera just went out of focus a little bit. Oh well. It is what it is. Anyway, that fixed it. I was worried because they weren't showing us her speaking as Robin and stuff. But as you know, Robin's my favorite Straw Hat. Like that's my girl. And I have to say, the energy that she was bringing out in that trailer definitely felt like Robin, for sure.
It's definitely Miss All Sunday.
Yeah, definitely Miss All Sunday. Also, I really like, there was this real small clip. I just want to say something about this real fast. It was a small clip of them going up Reverse Mountain. And Luffy, instead of doing the Gum Gum balloon and bouncing off the sides, they have him stretching his arms and pulling the ship. And I thought that was a really cool way to not do the Gum Gum balloon, because it was probably the most awkward looking bit of Luffy's powers in the first season.
No, I mean that it's very hard to do what they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
It would
course.
have been a lot of budget just for that. So I could
Just
see
for
that
him.
another.
Yeah, getting thrown out of the ship and bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, because the ship has to bounce. You have to do all the effect for the ship bouncing backwards, blah, blah, yeah. And you're already doing Laboon.
Yeah, exactly. And Chopper in the same fucking season.
And
The Unluckies for some reason. Like, that was for sure. I was like, the Unluckies are getting cut.
Yeah, Unluckies is the best part of the trailer.
That was insane. No, there's a video of the cast reacting to the trailer, and Taz Stripe goes, "That's what like the explosions were." He didn't even know what was shooting at him. I was like, that was great. That was great. But yeah, with that, you got anything else to say before we get out of here today, Cube?
For the live action, the one thing I do hope that they would have put more into is because I told you, like, the trailer they did with Smoker, it was kind of weird because the sound did not fit with it, right? And I would have loved the Vivi actress if she had actually, we had heard her.
Yeah, we still have not heard.
Because people don't forget. Because people don't forget. Yes, we all love Robin, but she's just Miss All Sunday. She's not supposed to be like this character, like the person who's like the centerpiece of. The centerpiece is Vivi. People forget that the centerpiece is Vivi. You know, from what? Think about it. Vivi's with the Straw Hats from volume 12 to volume 21.
Yep.
9 volumes.
9 volumes.
So, but yeah, I also know that she
in the anime from episode 109 to the end of the 100s, basically.
But also wasn't she part of the show, the Bridgerton or whatever that is called?
Yeah, she Charithra Chandran. Yeah, she was in Bridgerton as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not really stressed that will she pull it off? Because I mean, if you're able to be in that show, you get monologue. So I don't think she could pull it off. I do hope they finally. And I won't lie, I was very curious to hear what type of voice are they going to choose for Vivi because of because of the inspiration, the ethnicity inspiration, India and Egypt? It could either be very Middle Eastern English,
Yeah.
or or it could be like the British style of saying it, because you know how there's a British inspiration, especially in India, or the full blown Indian accent, So I'm very curious on because I'm sure they're gonna ask her to go for a certain, because what the actress who's playing Robin is heavily
I
pushing
don't
the
know.
Russian
I
accent.
could see them because a lot of people who learn English in that part of the world kind of have like a more British accent opposed to like an American slant to the way that they speak English. So I could see her having like kind of that mix between East Asian and British,
No.
basically.
If it's gonna be the Indian one, but if it's the Egypt one, it'll be a bit of a different accent. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's Egypt, Indian, because of the two influence for Alabasta, like it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You could have like because they're really pushing on the Robin with the Russian accent.
Yeah, which I love.
You can really hear
it's really fucking good. Yeah. Monkey,
some people,
and I'm like, oh hell yeah.
some people were convinced it was French. I said, dude, that's not French.
That is not French now. Yeah. That is the furthest east in Europe you can get. Like
Yeah.
All right, but yes, that is it for us today, guys. Like we said, pretty decent chapter, average chapter, small way to start the year. Very excited to see what the next chapter brings. Once again, I'm on officials only now, so we'll see you here every Sunday. Chapters dropping, and we will be back next week, Kube and I, to be doing, I believe, on Sunday next week, since it's a break week. Maybe a few days, like sometime on the weekend, we'll say, most likely Sunday. We will be back to read off Sunday. Yeah, the bingo cards that have been posted in our server for One Piece this year. So if you haven't done that yet, or you're not part of the server, jump in there, go to the rules things, accept the rules, and then you'll have access to the full server, and you can jump into the bingo thing. We have a template in there made by one of our wonderful community members. Yeah, and tell us your takes, what you think is going to happen for One Piece. All right, with that, we will see you guys very, very soon. You want to say bye to the beautiful people, Kube?
Everyone, I hope you had a great year, and have a good day, guys. Peace.
Yes. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye.